zoom you back out. We are back, and I have filmed 3 or 4 days worth of footage, and I don't know if anybody else out there feels this way, but when you film something and you're like, I just really don't like that. So it's been really hard to actually sit down and edit it, but today, kind of in the fall feels, so I'm going to be making my pumpkin loaf. It's super simple. I thought I'd share the recipe with you guys. It is on livingwholesarahdavis.com, but I just want to walk you through how simple it is. It's a 1 bowl recipe. And then because I'm in the fall vibe, I have been feeling soups. And one of the things that I utilize during the fall season and even in the summer, spring season is my healing vegetable broth. And it's something that is great to add flavor to soups to give you a little bit more bang for your buck when you're dealing with soups. So I will show you guys how I do that, and I will be freezing some of it today. So that's the plan. Yesterday was Saturday. I actually kind of self-cared yesterday. Got groceries delivered, ended up meal prepping for part of the week, and then just roasting some vegetables to kind of get a good start on the week. And so it is Sunday, and that's the extent of what I plan to do. We're gonna go on a hike later, and I will probably, we'll see if I actually can use some of this footage because I'm going to put on Harry Potter. And I don't want to get copywritten, so we'll see. This may be a big voiceover video. I don't know. That's the plan. I told you guys, this is real life, and it's not all cookie cutter glam. But I do have some complaints, but I don't know if this is the complaint department. Anywho, there's a lot going on in the world. So I'm gonna make my little part of the world a little bit prettier and a little bit more vibrant by creating a recipe that I love, brings me joy. I got some flowers, makes it a little better. The world's kind of heavy right now, and so we all need to do our best to be good humans. Plain and simple. Be a good human. This is all preempted by, I posted a political cartoon, and some of the responses that I got on it, especially from males, kind of makes me lose faith in humanity. Or even just, like, we're not gonna go there. Let's make a loaf. Even for some of my recipes that I don't make every day, all day, I still refer to my website, livingwholesarahdavis.com. So I'm gonna show you guys my recipe, and let's take a look. So I went to, from the kitchen recipes, searched pumpkin loaf. I knew I'd bring it up. I love this recipe, it's so easy. Anybody else's internet like ridiculously slow? Okay, so I came up with this October 23rd, 2016. This was when I was in Seattle, and oh my gosh, I remember making this for the first time. So let's see. I don't have spelt flour, so I'm gonna use regular flour today. And let's see, crushed nut. I'm gonna use pumpkin seeds, and I've got pumpkin. I don't have coconut oil, so I'm going to utilize vegetable oil instead, and I don't have baking stevia, so I'm going to use coconut sugar or beet sugar. I have both. We'll decide here in a second. So even with recipes, feel free to get kind of get creative, you know, but don't ever get discouraged when they don't turn out. So this is what we're making today. It's really, you combine all the ingredients except for the crushed nut, which I'm going to be using pumpkin seeds instead. And pepper, I may actually put a full teaspoon because I do like it a little bit more spicy. And I may add some cloves to this, we'll see. But this is my recipe that I came up with in Seattle, and it just, I love this recipe. It brings back really, really fun memories. So let's make this. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. I've put all my dry ingredients in this lovely bowl. We went over the recipe just a second ago, and of course, Even with a base of my own recipe, I'm constantly changing things or doing, you know, what feels good in the kitchen. So what I ended up doing, I realized I don't have any pumpkin pie spice. So I'm utilizing cinnamon and allspice. I've increased a little bit of the cayenne, but I also added chia seed and flax seed to give it a little more oomph. So instead of a nut of choice, I think it's only fitting that we're gonna do pumpkin seeds to top this, which I don't know why I didn't think about that to start. All I have left for this is to add my maple syrup. It's my wet ingredients, I call them. I'm using this oil instead of coconut oil because I'm out of coconut oil. I'm going to add some vanilla, and my recipe, when I made this, I used 1.5 cups of pure pumpkin puree, which now I'm going to use this organic pumpkin that I got from Sprouts. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I have another recipe that I want to use a little bit of this so it doesn't go to waste. So I'm gonna scoop off just a little bit off the top that I think would be the amount that I'm going to need for the recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you guys soon. So this is going to be about 1.5 cups-ish. This is how I bake sometimes. So anywho, I'm going to add these wet ingredients, put it in my loaf pan. I have my oven preset to 350, so as soon as it's hot, we'll get that in the oven in less than 10-15 minutes to throw all this together. So it's a really easy recipe that you can add to your repertoire of fall baking. The base of this recipe you can tweak. If you wanted a banana loaf, for example, rather than organic pumpkin, you could use over-ripened bananas. I would say I would use 2 cups of over-ripened bananas to the 1.5 of pumpkin, just given the nature of how bananas bake versus pumpkin. Maybe I should post my banana loaf. I know I've sent it out before. If you guys are interested in my banana loaf recipe, comment down below and tell me. And I think I'll go ahead and post that at some point. It's gonna go on the long list of to do, but it's like priority number 10 or 11 because I've got a whole list of things. Anyway, let me quit chatting. Oven's warm. Throw in my wet ingredients and we'll get this baking. Guys, I wanted to show you just one more quick thing before I actually mix this, because I just thought about this, and this is the way that I like to bake. Is this the amount of dishes that I use? Measuring cups. Here's my wet ingredients, my bowl, and my bake dish. Like, look at that. 10 minutes, super simple. And then of course the seeds that we'll top with. But guys, this is the way I like to bake. Super simple, wholesome ingredients, and one stellar recipe. So we are going to mix this up, put it in the loaf pan, and let it bake. Story of my life. My camera is about to die. So guys, I'm going to give this a charge, let it bake, and then we'll go from there. Look at this pretty little loaf. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to cut into this. It's gonna be so good. Zoom you back out. Whoa! So after almost losing the camera in that shot, but this loaf, oh goodness guys, is so good. Look at that. I highly recommend you make this. I'm going to finish this little bite I have here, possibly make some more coffee, and then get some work done. So you guys, try this recipe out. So if you guys make this recipe, please, please, hashtag Living Whole Sarah Davis and tag me. I want to see what you guys create and what you guys think of the recipe, because this is the whole reason why I do this, is to share, because food is amazing and we all should have good recipes and good food. So here's to good food and good recipes.